Adam Hill, Sam Gordon here. NBA Summer League Day 4 in the books. Another crazy day of basketball action here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Cox Pavilion. We'll get to everything that we saw today, recap everything. We'll hear from Gilbert Manzano, Justin Emerson, Tracy Murray, former UCLA great and NBA player, will stop by in just a little bit as well. But so much to get into. There's so many great players, the top draft picks, all the players from around the league are in attendance. They're watching the games. The younger players are out on the court checking it out. But somehow you found a hidden gem of a star today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yuta Watanabe out of George Washington. He was the A-10 Defensive Player of the Year, and he's striving to become only the second Japanese-born player to ever play in the NBA. But that's not the half of it. I mean, he, through 3 games, has been Brooklyn's most impressive player. At 6'9", he can shoot the 3, super versatile on defense, and they gave him a 2-way contract, which means mostly in the G League, but they have the chance to call him up for a number of days during the NBA season. So he's been one of my favorite players to watch. I mean, he can really play. And he said after, I chatted with him after the game, and he said he's not even thinking about being the second Japanese-born NBA player. He thinks of himself as an NBA player. So super cool to watch him, and I'm curious to see how he finishes up Summer League.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of great storylines here at Summer League. Get into some more of them as we go along here this evening and throughout the week as you check us out. But just through 4 days, you've been out here checking out the action. What are your thoughts on Summer League, and what are your impressions of being out here?
Yeah, it's a great vibe. I mean, as you mentioned, all the NBA players are here. It's kind of like a Comic-Con of sorts for people who love basketball like us. So it's been an awesome event. Chris Paul slid through the Cox Pavilion today. D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Jokic was there. A lot of big names, and a lot of the rookies are really showing out too. And I guess name that really caught me was Colin Sexton, the young bull out of Alabama who was drafted with the number 8 overall pick. I got the chance to see him up close and personal today, and he's got it. I mean, at least from Summer League. Now, we can't draw too many sweeping conclusions, but he's 6'2", he has a handle, he has a good feel, and he's super explosive, already knows how to change pace, and really, I mean, he's a core piece of what the Cavaliers want to do in the future. Will he be able to transition those to the NBA as a rookie? We'll find out this fall.
And we'll get a chance to find out for sure as the year progresses. We did hear from him. We're going to hear what he had to say. A sleeper pick for Rookie of the Year to me because LeBron's gone. The team's going to be terrible. He's going to get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, he's going to have the ball in his hands. I made it very clear. I mean, I had a chance real briefly. I asked Kobe Altman what he thought of Colin Sexton. He looked at me and smiled and said, "I love the young bull." And after watching him play today, it's hard not to love him. Just what he brings to the table, his competitiveness, and the way he carries himself out on the basketball court.
Well, let's hear from a rookie, Colin Sexton from Alabama, now with the Cleveland Cavs.
I'm really just going to go out there and get my rhythm back and just learn while I'm on the fly, because the first 3 games are really the games that you just got to correct and learn from, and that's the biggest thing. I may have had a few turnovers or whatever, but I felt like I bounced back from those and continued to play through them.
So that was Colin Sexton, one of the littlest guys taken in the first round of the draft. 2 of the big guys got together. DeAndre and Mo Bamba will get to that game in just a second. But first, Justin Emerson joins us right now from the Review Journal. Part of the great coverage this week. And day 4, another big day here at the Summer League. What has it been like today?
Yeah, I've been posted up in Thomas & Mack Center all day. It's been a lot of high-scoring games. I don't know whether that's, players are a little bit more comfortable. They've been in Vegas 4 days now. I saw the Warriors lose by 20. That's not something you'll see in the regular season. So come to NBA Summer League. You never know what you might see.
The feature game of the day, Bamba, Ayton. What'd you take away from those 2 guys?
Well, it was very cool to see 2 kind of, titans going at it. I mean, a lot's been made of Mo Bamba's wingspan. It's 8 feet, and it's jarring to see how long his arms are. It truly is. But, he was kind of held in check today. He was 2 of 4 from the field, only took 4 shots, 4 points. Ayton, on the other hand, kind of developing into the monster that the Suns were hoping he was going to be. He had 17 and 13 today. He had 22 and 11 the other day, 22 and 12, something like that. I mean, he's really coming into his own.
So we're going to hear from him in just a second, but what can people check out of yours, and how can people find your stuff up there?
Well, I said Ayton. I'm working on a Suns feature. That'll come out sometime tomorrow and be in Wednesday's edition of the Review Journal, so make sure you check it all out, reviewjournal.com/summerleague.
There you go. Good shout out. He's here all week to check out his stuff, along with everybody in the Review Journal. But DeAndre Ayton, we talked about it, the big win, the big matchup against Mo Bamba. We'll hear from him now.
4-1 now. Yeah, through high school, he won every game. Yeah, the super team. If you have Cam Reddish, Brandon Randolph, yeah, they were pretty good in high school. When we were shaking hands, he was like, "You finally got one." I'm like, "Yep, finally got one," especially when it matters.
One of our many reporters on scene here at the Summer League, Gilbert Manzano, joins us. A lot of football, a lot of boxing they usually do, but Summer League is a fun time of the year. What are your thoughts after 4 days here at the Summer League?
Yeah, it's a 2-week thing annually here in Las Vegas, and it's always those top picks that, shine. Some of them are kind of quiet, but the ones that really impressed me so far is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies. I think he was number 4 overall. The third big man selected after Aiden and Bagley, and he's kind of been maybe the best one so far. He's very athletic, talented, hustles. He can make a 3-point shot. He's today's modern center, so he was really impressive. Then you got Colin Sexton for the guards with the Cavaliers, the LeBron James replacement, I guess, for now. But very impressive, very solid. He's also good to talk to. He's very open and could handle the ball really well. But the Stars are doing pretty well. We got some guys, in the league they're trying to make it, like our local guy, Derrick Jones Jr., could dunk the ball really well, but he's gotten really better overall. Rebounds, drive the hoop, take shots from long range. So guys like that are really improving. A lot of second-year guys are in there also, shining from the year one, like Dennis Smith Jr., who wasn't, supposed to be here, but he played a couple games and he's doing very well.
I know one of the things you were able to do today is watch the Bucks game, and you caught up with Chris Wood. We're going to check that out in just a second. But what were your thoughts on watching him play? And by the way, his teammate in Summer League, Brandon McCoy, not so good for him.
Yeah, it's 2 different stories there. Let's start with Chris Wood there. He looks like he belongs in the NBA. He missed a full year last year in professional league. I think he told me he signed a deal in China. He backed out because he didn't want to be overseas. He says he's an NBA player, so he came back to the United States. He signed a deal with the G League. I want to say Delaware. Averaged 23 points there. Now he's with the Bucks, and he's probably the best player on the Milwaukee Bucks in Las Vegas right now, besides maybe Sterling Brown. But overall, I think he's earned a spot, and we caught up with him, and he seemed like he really confident about making the roster.
I think so. I think I'm there. I think I put in the work necessary this summer, and I think it's going to pay off.
So as Summer League Day 4 rolls along, we see basketball dignitaries all over the place, and certainly this guy, one of them, Tracy Murray, joins us right now. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
So what is your objectives out here at the Summer League? What are you here to do?
Well, I'm here doing some player development meetings with the NBA to teach the young kids about what to expect out of the business. So, given my experience of being in it for a long time, to be able to make their life a little bit easier making the transition.
You have been around all circles of basketball for sure. We know from college to NBA, Europe, coaching, everything else. So you've kind of seen it from all angles. But this Summer League is a totally different thing. I mean, we've had the Summer League for a while. It just keeps blowing up, though. Did you ever think Summer League would get to this point?
Well, eventually, yes, because everything is getting to that level when it comes to the NBA. Now you have all 30 teams coming to Las Vegas, and it was a matter of time before that happened.
So who are the best players you've seen this week? Who have you had your eye on? You're like, oh, that guy could be good.
Well, all of them are pretty decent. You just want to see somebody stick out, and you look at how big Aiden is, and he's a massive human being. You see, Jaren Jackson Jr., who he has a set of tools with him, and you have your top 4 picks are legit. They're in here making the mark.
And what should players do you think here in Summer League to impress the teams? A lot of guys have contracts. We're just seeing them showcase, but a lot of guys are trying to play for a job. So what do you think players should do?
Play your game. Do what you do. A lot of people get out here and they forget about what they do, and they're trying to do what everybody else that haven't been here tells them to do. It's like, if you're not a guy that dribbles a lot, don't dribble a lot. If you're a defender, make sure you're the best defender on the floor. If you're a shooter, shoot the ball. But if you're not capable of doing certain things, don't do that, because now you expose your weakness.
Cool. I did want to ask you real quick. There was a tragedy in the UCLA family this week. So how do you think people should remember? Is there anything you want people to remember about Honeycutt that maybe they don't know? Maybe the headlines are bad now, but maybe a better time.
Well, I think something might have triggered it. There's a lot of mental health issues nowadays. I don't know what it was. I wish I had known what it was. Maybe talk to the young man to have been able to maybe, been a positive influence where it couldn't have gone down that way, because the Tyler Honeycutt I knew wasn't capable of this.
Cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, thanks to Tracy Murray. Certainly a tragic situation at UCLA. Tyler Honeycutt in that police standoff took his own life Friday night into Saturday morning, and certainly a blow to the UCLA family and the basketball family in general. Tyler Honeycutt, certainly a UCLA legend, a guy who had a couple years in the NBA, passed away tragically over the weekend, as Tracy mentioned. So thanks to him for joining us and talking about that, a very difficult situation to talk about. Also, thanks to Justin Emerson, Gilbert Manzano, Sam Gordon. Great stuff from them. Make sure you check it out at reviewjournal.com. Got all the great Summer League stuff up there. Follow us all week. We'll be here letting you know all the great players, who's standing out, who's performing well, bring interviews with all the top rookies around the NBA Summer League. Keep it here locked with us for the rest of the week from the NBA Summer League. Adam Hill, we'll talk to you soon.